Anna, who we can't hear. Oh, there we go. Hello, Anna. Hello. Hey, there we go.
All the
Welcome along.
pogs.
Welcome
Hi,
along. It feels
friends.
like
Hello.
we arranged this so long ago, and
We
then
literally did.
and then here it is. Like, well, it
And here
hasn't been
we
that
are.
long. I've only been streaming a month, but it feels like forever.
It does.
So,
This
well,
it's this month has flown by and also dragged. It's wild.
yeah, it's been a
Like, what day
crazy
is
one.
it?
It's been a crazy one. I don't know. It's meant to be Saturday, but it isn't. How did your gig go last night?
Oh, it went so well. It was
Oh,
so
good.
normal. Yeah, but I'm like today I was just like it is so much more energy going somewhere and like playing for people than going on Twitch and just like having a moment to, chill. So
Yeah.
it was a wild
Oh, good.
wild experience, but it was really
Good.
fun.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. So I'm just going to go straight in with the questions. Let's start
Cool.
nice and
Okay.
simple. What's your favorite
Yeah.
meal?
Meal.
Yeah, favorite meal.
Cliff Bars.
Is that a meal?
I don't know. I just had it. No, okay. I really like lately. I've had eggs and protein waffles, and that
Oh,
is just perfect.
sort of like
Couldn't tell
Eggos
you the
from
brand.
Stranger Things. Is that a
No,
thing?
pretty much.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Are you a tea or coffee person?
Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's your favorite
totally.
non-alcoholic drink?
Coffee.
Yeah, no, that's
Coffee or
good.
boba, as we all know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
So
had to discover what boba was. We don't actually have it in England. Well, we do, but
nowhere?
from like some weird, like specialist places. We don't have anywhere that just like it's not like your local coffee shop or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had to like discover it once I saw you having it
That's
arriving at your
wild.
house on multiple occasions.
Yeah,
Um,
it's super common here, so it's weird to me to think.
yeah,
But when I lived in Pennsylvania, there was like one boba place,
yeah.
and
Well,
it
it's
wasn't good
California. What's
either.
common is not necessarily common elsewhere in the world. So.
That's probably true.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
alcoholic drink? You do drink.
Lately, weirdly enough, it's been beer because the bar yesterday was a beer place, so I'm a beer person now. I'm drinking
Yeah,
IPAs, double IPAs. It's weird, but I like those. But then I also like a simple vodka crayon.
vodka
Good.
crown. If you made your own cocktail, what would you call it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there you
Car
go.
car mocktail.
The car mocktail. There's got no alcohol
Car
in
mock.
it.
See, it's mock though. See, I guess there's no alcohol.
Oh no! We can't have that.
No, something about something yellow. Like it'd probably have orange juice in it, which
Yeah,
is almost yellow. So it
yeah,
it it'd be good. Yeah. I don't know what I'd
yeah.
call it though.
What does it
Gotta
taste
think
like?
about that.
What
It's
does it taste
sweet
like? Just
for
orange?
sure.
It's sweet. Like you?
Sweet vodka, or like me. There'll be some cherries, in there.
So
Spice it
one of
up.
these Caribbean excitement drinks.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
a bit of
that's
tiki
great.
cocktail. I love it.
Sunsets. Yeah.
Okay,
Carmack mocktail.
onto something slightly more contentious. Movies. Now you do a lot of movies. You do movie night on your
Well,
Discord.
okay. Anyone who's been to a movie night knows that I miss most of the movie most of the time.
Why?
Like, because something like last movie night, I kid you not, my dog ran away. And so
Oh
like the
no.
movie's playing and I was, I wasn't gonna let them like be on that cliffhanger, but I had to go find my dog. So it's like, so that happened. And then the other time, Dawn graciously ordered me pizza and I go get the pizza and eat and all the
Yeah.
things. I mean, as you know, I'm sure after a stream, you're like kind of
I
mentally
don't
like
know how
all
you
over
do the
the
movie
place.
night on the same night you stream. Like that's crazy.
It's
Um,
nice because everyone's there and it's
yeah.
kind of like a fun after party, but then it feels like I don't know if you've ever hosted a party in person. I love
Hmm.
hosting parties, but
Me
I'm
too.
always running around I feel like there's this cognitive dissonance that has to happen where you're like having fun, but you're more taking
Yeah.
care of people. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like
As a
that.
bartender, hosting parties is a bit
See,
crazy. So.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, you've done a few movies on your Discord. What's your favorite film that you've watched on the movie night,
Oh man.
or what's one that you particularly enjoyed? Also, just a
I
quick
I
shout back while you're thinking. Somebody said that your cocktail should have been called the bitter pill.
duh.
That's very good.
Wait, that's a great idea. Okay, there we go. You're hired for marketing. Yes. I really liked Moana because the music's amazing
Mm.
and it made me cry.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, but we watched Coco. That also made me
What's
cry.
Coco?
Very good. Coco's another Pixar film.
Oh
We've done a
right.
lot of Pixar films.
Oh
Don't know why,
well,
but it was really good. The music was incredible. And that was the one where my dog ran away, but I still came back and just was like weeping. It was
Well,
such
it
a
must
good
have been good
story.
then. It must have been good.
Yeah.
The dog ran away and you still enjoyed it.
You don't have to see the whole thing. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Pixar, Disney, etc., it seems to come up a lot, even though you claim you're not a particularly Disney girl. But what's your favorite Disney song from a movie?
My favorite one to perform lately is I See the Light from Tangled, which is
Mm.
kind of shocking. But I love like, 90s sort of Disney, like Mulan and Lion
Yeah.
King. So it's probably one of those. Like Reflection's fun. I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Yes,
Hakuna
what a
Matata.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Lion
There's
King
good
person.
ones.
Um,
Yeah.
So moving away from the Disney, what's your favorite film of any genre of all time?
I have two.
Okay.
One, my comedy favorite. I love Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's
All
a
right.
great movie. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but and then I love Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That's incredible.
That one. Have you seen that movie? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. So probably those two.
Very different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Two
different
sides of
moods.
Anna there. Yeah.
Literally though.
Who's your favorite actor or actress?
I mean, I'd love Jim Carrey, like, because he can do anything. I mean, in that movie, it was a wild experience to watch it and see, like, oh my god, he can do serious amazingly, and he's also super freaking funny. So I'd probably say him.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there is one movie universe that you could be in, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, movie universe.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can be in,
like,
you don't have to be in the story; you just get to be in the world.
I mean, I don't know. Star Wars would be cool. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I'm honestly not a huge movie person.
Really?
So it's hard for me. Yeah.
That really surprised me.
You can't tell my attention span is all over the place,
Well,
like all the
okay,
time.
yeah.
So it's like, it's difficult. Don't say MC. Yeah. Yeah.
So you also play some video games, and being a video gamer myself, I want to ask a few questions.
Yes.
What's your favorite game of all time?
Okay, it's not Fall Guys.
can
It
be,
is.
if you want it to be.
I mean, I think it's Rocket League actually, because it's challenging. It's fun. I want to get better, but I'm not a big gamer. Twitch, honestly, is the reason I'm into gaming now.
God, yeah.
At all.
No. Well, you
So-
say that. But
Well.
on your Channel Point Redemptions, you eat a Game Boy. Okay.
True.
So
I was
we'll
gonna
get
say.
back to that in a second. But what was your
Okay.
favorite childhood game from that Game Boy?
It was Pokemon for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
Just like
particular
all
Pokemon?
I remember I played Emeralds and I think the gold one, but it was so long ago. Like if I literally had the game and tried playing it now, I don't know if I would know how to play. But like as a kid, I was obsessed. So
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. And do you want to explain why you eat your Game Boy?
no, but yes. I guess it needs an explanation.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I don't know. I think I would just get angry and I just had this pent up anger and I wouldn't know what to do. So when I was playing my games, especially, I would get upset when like I would lose a battle or something would happen in my game. And so instead of like being like, I would start I would like bite the side of the Game Boy. I don't know why. Really strange. You can psychoanalyze it if you want. But
good.
now it's a redemption. Nope. Now it's a redemption. So, yep.
Fantastic. Only you. And what are you
Literally.
playing off stream at the moment? If you've got a little bit of time, is that still Rocket League?
It's Rocket League mostly because I have some friends I play with. They're Fall Guys, some Among Us, but pretty much those three.
That's
The Holy
good.
Trinity
Yeah.
games.
Let's move on to the most important topic: music.
Music. Yes.
What is your favorite band, artist, singer of all time?
I mean, it's definitely changed throughout my life, but
Of course.
the consistent ones are Bill Withers, Prince, and Nirvana. Really, those three.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And would you describe those as your musical influences, or are there other influences within that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I love like old blues. So Bessie Smith's a huge influence for me, and Janis Joplin too, who was also inspired by her. So, I mean, I feel like I'm influenced by, a lot of music, but Nirvana is definitely a huge. Like, I was into musical theater, and I thought I wanted to be on Broadway, and then I heard Nirvana, and I was like, never mind. So
That
they
was
really
the best
did.
unintentional pun I've ever heard anyone produce when you said, "But never mind."
Oh
That was
Oh
fantastic.
my god! Sometimes I do that, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
good job.
amazing.
I didn't
So,
even.
so
Wow.
you were a theater girl when you discovered Nirvana. Did you carry on with the theater stuff?
A little bit, yeah. It definitely wasn't as like as much of a dream. It wasn't as prevalent to me as like this is what I want to do. But like I directed a musical a couple of years ago. I got to music direct it. I didn't direct
Yeah.
the lip acting, but I got to do that, and that was really cool. And I've always thought, you know, if I like became a successful musician, I'd be like the Carly Rae Jepsen, where I go back and star on Broadway or
Yeah.
something. It'd be pretty cool.
It's just
So.
because I think that for a viewer, the theatre comes through a lot in your when you're doing covers of sort of stuff that you're not as comfortable with or is far away from your genre. That's when the musical theatre background seems to appear to us again, and
That's,
you know,
I mean,
in the
it's a
voice.
huge part of me. That was for years, like my entire life. So it's definitely innate,
Yeah, no, that makes
you know?
sense. So we've got all those different genres going on. Is there a genre of music that you don't understand or you don't really get on well with or doesn't really suit you?
I mean, there's some metal that I like, but most of it, and no.
Hmm?
Like Cannibal Corpse, I'm sorry. Like I can't.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I don't get it. Like live your truth, everyone, but like that's one genre that I'm kind of like, eh,
No, that makes sense.
yeah.
What's the best live gig you've ever been to? As in, gone to as a audience?
Watched.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I wish it was more recent, but back in high school, I loved this band called Enter Shikari. I don't
Oh
know if you know
wow.
who they are.
Yeah. Old school
You do?
emo. Old school emo. Love
Yes!
it.
Okay,
Have
well,
you seen the
see,
songs I
that's
request on your channel? Yeah, absolutely huge.
that is true. I could perform some songs. I don't know if it would sound good, but I could try for you. Some Enter
Amazing.
Shikari. They're crazy. They're basically like techno, like old
Yeah.
hardcore stuff. Anyway, I saw them in this tiny bar. Like it was
Oh wow.
tiny, and we were like crowd surfing and like moshing, and it was the most fun time. Like
Mm.
that was one of the first moments where I was just like, like I love
This.
music. I just
Yeah.
love, yeah, everything about this. I love these sweaty people and them just pouring their hearts out. I love jumping into the crowd. It was wild. But
Yeah, I mean they're a huge
I think,
performance, aren't they? They
oh,
put on a massive show, which for
they
small
did.
bar
And
must have been because I've seen them, but with sort of 2,000 people there.
see,
Um,
I've seen them both ways,
yeah,
and the small venue was just
I mean it
so
always
cool. It
is.
was probably like, yeah, right, like 200 people. It was
Cool.
wild.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite gig that you personally have done?
Um, my favorite gig. It was honestly, it wasn't even one of my shows. It was a show I played bass with a friend. His name's Hank Fontaine. He had a show for his like album release, and it was at the Troubadour in LA, and that was
Oh,
like a
wow.
dream venue for me. So I
Yeah.
got to play, and it was just really fun because like he had like everyone in the audience wear 3D glasses, and he projected a 3D visual behind us, and so it was like a whole sea of people just wearing like 3D
Oh,
glasses and
that's super
watching us.
cool.
And like they had these huge amps, so I got to like jump up and I was like playing bass on the amp. It was really, really cool. So that was awesome. But then I had a with my old band, you know, because the crazy thing is I've never played a show as Anna Carmela and a band. It's always been Thrift, my old band,
Yeah.
or I've been like a hired gun bassist, backup singer, whatever. So
So last
it's
night
kind of
you
weird.
went solo?
I mean, I was, but it's different.
Yeah, I know
Because
what
I
you
think
mean.
of like venue shows and then like bar gigs where you're like just kind of
But
background
sometimes they're the
music.
best, no?
Ah,
I mean, I was speaking to
uh,
somebody who was saying that one of their favourite places to play is in those little tiny intimate venues where people know you. I mean, we were talking about the Billy Joel. Was it yourself? We were talking about the Billy Joel song with Piano Man. No,
I don't think
no,
so.
not you.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been Anel talking about it because yeah.
Mm.
But that sort of Billy Joel Piano Man feeling of sort of knowing the people who are sitting around watching and playing at your local bar and sort of stuff
See
like that.
that we have actually it's all over. It's called So Far Sounds. It's like an acoustic showcase where people offer up their homes or spaces,
Hmm.
and you they get like 3 acts, and then they sell tickets, and you kind of just show up and like see
Wow.
who's there, and it's really intimate and awesome. So those shows are great because they're there for the music, but for
Mm.
gigs like last night where I'm just playing in a bar
Yeah.
with
Oh, I see
strangers,
what
it's
you mean.
kind of
You were
like,
just like
you know,
you were just the thing that
yeah,
was over there.
right,
Yes.
right.
Okay,
Like
I see what you mean.
I am a human. Like at one point, like the first like 4 songs, no one's clapping because they like you're
Yeah.
second. Like they're there to watch the football game or whatever, or basketball. I don't know. And they're not there to watch music. So like when they started clapping for the fourth song, I was like, yes, I'm a human. Hi. You know?
Well, the drinks are free, you
So-
know.
oh
Um,
yeah, that was a perk for sure. Good pizza
um,
too.
so you talked about in your influences a lot of bands and artists that perhaps aren't similar to your singing style.
Mhm.
Is there a female vocalist you hold at like the pinnacle of singing? Like, is there somebody who you just think,
I
you
mean,
know what,
it's
best vocalist of all time?
Bessie Smith for sure.
Yeah.
Because she's just so good, and she gives so much heart, you know. And you just and like when she was alive, recording gear was terrible, but it still cut through, you know, like that emotion and the delivery of the performance. So she's up there for sure.
Do you drive? This is
Yeah.
related. This is related. Okay. Just thought I'd check. So if you're driving,
I hate driving.
if you're driving in your car through a tunnel, middle of the night, going a little bit too fast, there's something playing on the radio. What would it be?
I would choose. I'm going fast, like I'm like,
Yeah,
or I'm like I'm
Vroom, you're like,
sentimental.
this is kind of hypey. We're going.
Oh, hypey! It would
Yeah.
definitely be Nirvana, probably like Aneurysm or what's that? I think that is Aneurysm. The dun dun. Oh no, Soundless Apprentice.
Yeah.
That song.
Yeah.
Have you heard that song?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
So
Yeah.
real excitement.
Yeah.
Okay, it starts to get a little bit harder, a bit more personal. So you're stranded on a desert island. Sorry, you can't communicate, you can't get rescued, but you can take a few things. Firstly, what's one possession you would take?
I'd take that guitar for sure. That specific guitar.
I don't know what you've pointed to, but I can't see
Sorry.
a guitar.
It's-
Oh, it's in the case. Right, okay. I'm looking. I'm going the rucksack, the bass, the flowers.
See the bass though, I couldn't plug it in on Desert
no,
Island,
no,
so I
the
can't
guitar.
take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One music album.
Okay, one music album. Probably Pink Moon by Nick Drake.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
fantastic
So-
choice. One book.
I'm glad you know it. What book?
Yeah.
Some self-help book, maybe to
You're not a big reader.
ease. Oh no.
No, that's fine.
No, I'm really not. I think maybe it was, in high school, it's like this, you're like forced to read because I did all the honors classes, so I had to read all like the books I didn't really care about. And I think since then I was like, I'm not into it.
No?
But I remember we read this book for One More Day. That one was really good.
I don't know it.
Like I'd read that.
Rondi suggests How to Survive on a Desert Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Don't
might be
be
helpful.
me. You
No,
won't.
he means the book. He means for the book.
That's all. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would definitely help.
And one person.
Aw, my boyfriend.
No.
Because I don't think we have such a good thing where he is like he would know how to survive on a desert island,
Yeah.
so that would be cool, and we're very level-headed with each other,
Yeah.
so I think we'd be safe to be stuck with each other.
Oh, that's lovely. So there you are, struggling away on your desert island. You've got your guitar. You've got your Nick Drake. You've got your self-help book. You've got your boyfriend. What do you miss most?
My friends and my family, definitely.
Yeah.
It'd be a bummer.
More than Bobo?
I would definitely. I think I would literally go insane after a couple days. But
Yeah, you're quite a social person, aren't you? So being stranded with only the one would be...
yeah, I think so. I mean, but at the same time, like I said, like yesterday, being around so many people again, I wasn't sure if it was the quarantine or whatever, but I'm realizing more and more that I am an introvert and I actually need alone time more than that social. So in that way, I think surviving on the desert island wouldn't be too bad. I would definitely miss people, but it's like, I think I would be okay. Whereas like, I know there's people that need
who
that
require that
social.
kind of massive social interaction.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about you as a streamer. Why did you become a streamer? Why did you first hit the go live button?
Because I was bored like in quarantine, and my friend Jacob and my other friend Rondi, who's also my mod, he was like, you should stream, like your personality and your music, like, your repertoire, like you have enough songs, like you should just do it. And for years he had been telling me to do this, but I'd been so busy. I was in school, I was doing my own band stuff, and kind of when everything wound down, it was the quarantine and everything, I was like, I'll just try it, like whatever, it could
Mm.
be something that's just kind of an experiment. And obviously it's not. Like, I found my passion. Like, I love streaming. So
yeah. What makes you a good streamer? Why should people watch you? Here's your moment. No modesty.
Question.
Why should
You
people
tell
watch
me.
you? I will later, but first of all,
I mean,
from you.
Yeah, well, no, I'm totally kidding, by the way. I don't know. Genuinely, I don't know. I think it seems to be fun for
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
think I've make people laugh pretty much at my own expense, like the Game Boy and all the things.
Yeah, sometimes,
Not
but
ex-
I think you make
not
people laugh
expense,
too. Yeah.
but I'm just so self-deprecating. So I don't know. There's that. I don't know. I mean, I think, like, I'm proud of my musicality. Like, I'm proud
Yeah.
of what I do, and so I'm glad that that's resonating with some people. But it's weird. I've actually had today in particular, I've had this sort of doubtful mindset of, like, why do people watch streamers in general? Like, all those things, like, why do people watch me? But I think what I'm realizing is it's a safe space. As real as I could possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, just kind of,
You can also say you're a damn good musician,
eh,
Tell yourself that. You know it. You know it.
fine.
Really, inside somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the favorite moment? What's your favorite moment of your streaming career so far? If
Oh my
something stands
gosh.
out,
I mean, truthfully, it's always when we hit, like, goals. Because it's
Mm.
always like this huge celebration and everyone's so happy and excited. Like, I remember when we hit 4K followers, like, random. Like, I was singing Defying Gravity, and, like, we hit the 4K, like, right on, like, the climax of the song, and it was,
Well,
like,
you would.
intense.
That's when people follow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. It was really fun. So there was that, and I mean, I got to do that charity stream with oh my god, I almost said Sweet Relief. That's a local one.
It's okay.
What is it called? It starts with an S. Anyway, we did the charity stream, raise money for school equipment, like music, and getting music in schools. Like, that's one of my huge passions, is making sure music stays in schools. So that was a really cool thing to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe I'm blanking on the name.
That's fine.
If anyone remembers.
Somebody will supply it in a minute.
Yeah. But so, like, that was probably, like, a top, like, I felt like I was contributing to something bigger than me, and that felt really, really good.
Saving music.
Saving
lives.
music.
There you go.
Yes.
Cheers, Rodney.
Cheers.
So obviously a big part of your stream is the music, but there's also lots of other things going on. Let's talk about these channel point redemptions. Let's just go there, okay? Okay, let's start. No. I'm more interested. Where did this idea to have them be so non-music based, if you like, come about?
Yeah, I mean, I love like watching vloggers on YouTube, and so they are kind of like, and so I'm just really interested in people, you know what I mean? So it's like, one person I watch in particular is Colleen Ballinger. I don't know if she's Miranda Sings, but, like, she,
Oh, yeah.
I don't really watch Miranda Sings very much, but I love, like, she sings, she acts, she does so many different things, but, like, then she's, like, a real, like, human. And so for me, like, having cringy videos from my past, like, I think we can all relate to having, like, these moments in our past that are, like, really awful and, like, but awesome in their own way. So, like, I love that that's, like, a part of the stream, because I feel like it kind of rounds out, like, this is me. I'm not just a musician. I'm not just.
I'm also a penny whistle, Game Boy eating, chubby bunny.
I mean, and I also
streamer.
think, though, like, yeah, all the things. But I think it's fun, like, when I'm watching a stream and I'm like, I watch this person. It's cool to get kind of rewards for just hanging out and I think some people really look forward to, like, sometimes the insanity that, like, a penny whistle train.
How did the penny whistle come about?
I had a class, a world music class, and we were learning about tin whistles and penny whistles. And so for extra credit, he said, like, buy a penny whistle and learn these pieces. Never learned the pieces, but I had this penny whistle lying around, and I was watching SpongeBob, like, a year ago, and I realized, I was like, that song is in D. This penny whistle's in D, and that I was like, this could be really funny. So yeah.
It is. It's fantastic. So on that note, you're pretty hyperactive as a streamer.
Yes.
It must be exhausting, first of all.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. Like I
Is
can't
Yeah.
slice it any other way.
No. Is it a massive come down to finish a stream?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Like I have a process. So before the stream, I'm warming up my voice because as a singer, like if you're gonna sing for 3 hours, you got to. But in the end, you have to cool down your voice. It's like, people forget your voice is a muscle. It's kind of like working out. So I have like 15 minutes where I go on a vocal nap where I don't talk. So that's kind of a nice time though to be in the chat of the streamer that we rated and sort of hang out and stuff. So in a way, it doesn't really feel like I'm like going from 100 to back to 0. It's like I'm still kind of like getting out of the streaming, like
you sort of release the mindset gently.
Yeah, right. So, but sometimes like, it's you press N and you're like, oh my gosh, like I went from being like as social as I can be to just like I'm still alone in this room. But you can kind of feel that way at gigs too. Like there were a lot of gigs where I would play for like 100 people and then drive myself home and it's just me, So it's kind of the same thing.
That's why I asked. I mean, performance drop-off's a huge thing for a lot of musicians. They find that when they're not live, they don't feel alive, if that makes sense sometimes. And when you're at such a high in those streams, I mean, especially when you've got these raids coming in and you're doing channel point redemptions and, you're keeping the energy at 100%. It must be really hard to then carry on normally afterwards.
Just be like a person.
I mean, unless you're like that all the time, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be alive if you were.
I think no, that would be way too much, but yeah. No.
So on a similar note, how does streaming compare to performing live?
I feel like I don't need to rely on venues, which is sometimes it's a good thing to have, a place to go that has a sound system and you don't have to mix your vocals live and like do all these things. So in that way, like I like the control of this stream. Like I can, just kind of start whenever I want. I can, I can make it as long or as short as I want. Like when you play at a venue and they're like, you have 30 minutes and everyone's like, encore. They're like, no, you're done. It's like, no, I can keep going, Yeah. So yeah, I think I definitely like streaming more than live show. Overall. Yeah.
Wow. So when
definitely.
Quarantine is gone, we're not expecting to see Anna go in a more performing live direction. You're sticking with
No,
us.
I would love to, but I think before it was like I was playing all the time. And I think now it would be like I would do maybe one show every like 6 months, and then if I went on a tour, that'd be awesome, and I would do that. But
so it'd be sort of album tour back to streaming.
Yeah, right. Like streaming would be the consistent thing, and then
Oh, that's fantastic.
Doing a couple. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. I promised Dad I wouldn't ask this question in this way. I'm just going to ask it. What's with the yellow hair? I was like, I'll phrase it differently when I ask it. No, I won't. What's with the yellow hair?
Great question. No, I don't know. I mean, I've always dyed my hair. Like in high school, I tried red, and then that was sort of a gateway, and then I went through the whole color spectrum. And yellow was kind of just that one color I never did, and then I bought this yellow base, and I was like, that's a cool color. Like it literally was this color. And I was like, what if I dyed my hair that color? And then I met a girl who's super awesome, and she had yellow hair, and I was like, it looks really cool. So I was like, I'll try it. Why not?
Do you
but
have
I went from
a natural hair color?
No, not anymore.
Okay, we don't know what's under there.
Well, it's crazy because so I was dyeing my hair all these crazy colors, and then I went to black, and I was like, whatever. And so I went from black to this, so I had to like bleach it a bunch of times. It was. Yeah. Thank you, hair, for not falling out.
Well, it's a shock.
It easily could have. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think as a streamer, it's a fantastic thing. Because as soon as people see you, they know something about you. It shows you that you're vibrant. It shows that you're excited, and you're often pairing it up with some emo outfits, so they get the whole spectrum.
Literally.
So I think it's
Here we are. Yeah. I think it suits me. Like I've tried it. Like I said, every color pretty much, and this is the one that I've kept the longest and that feels most me. So
I think that's brilliant. You also wear a lot of different outfits for the stream. Are these planned? Sometimes. I mean, the St. Patrick's Day obviously was planned, and that looked fantastic.
No, it wasn't.
No, you just happened to be wearing everything in green and 2 hats.
Well, okay, 10 minutes before the stream, because I browse Twitch. I'm like, what's going on with everybody?
Oh, right. I see what you
And
mean.
I literally saw Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone's stream title, Happy St. Patrick's. And I was like, oh my gosh, it is St. Patrick's Day. Like, I need to go. So I found my one green jacket, and then like I wasn't wearing those hats until like midway through the stream. My sister came in and like threw coins and like put them on my head, so that it became more
I
festive.
missed
And then
that
I had
bit.
these,
Tragic.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think you must have just come in like when I was wearing them, but they weren't
Yeah.
there the whole time. Then I had these green glasses, just like literally they're sitting there right now. They've always been there. So I'm like, oh, that's green too. Most of the time, the costumes are like spur of the moment, like how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I plan it, but I've noticed sometimes like I planned a Disney day once, and the day of I was like, I'm not super feeling it. And then I get into the stream and I'm like, yes, this is awesome. But like, I don't think if it were that day, I would have chosen to do it. So I kind of like just going with the flow a little bit.
Yeah. No, I think that's brilliant. And it's sort of, I mean, I don't know about other people, but I find it sets the energy there and then.
Yes.
Like, there are very few moments, but there have been moments when you come with a lot more of a reserved look. I think we had a stream on Friday night, was it? Which was really chill for you.
Yeah,
I mean, it was super chill. Yeah, but I mean, it was sort of this laid back, relaxed, gentle feeling, and you're setting the tone there and then. You weren't gonna wear those St. Patrick's Day clothing and then sing us Michael Bublé, were you? It wasn't gonna happen. So yeah, I think it's brilliant.
Do that though. Like sometimes I'm in pajamas and I'm literally like pouring my heart onto this song. I'm like, you look ridiculous. Like, I'm wearing like an orca head. Like, what is happening? It's really funny.
Yeah, okay. I suppose there is those confliction moments. Now, I know you're wearing a jacket, so I won't ask you to show them, but you have explained your tattoos to me before. I found it really, really interesting. So are you able to tell the stream a little bit about, you have some tattoos. What are they? What do they represent?
I mean, yeah, like I'm wearing here. Oh,
yeah, sorry. I'm going to throw. No, don't worry. It's over there.
At the moment I made the motion, I was like, no, that's not the move. So I only have 4. I have like one on my hand right here. I have the 2 dots actually. Here they are. You don't even need to see the real thing. This is my tattoo. And then I have like a family like one, and then back of my arm is a Prince one. So I love Prince. And I loved this specific photo of him in the Prince and the Revolution, and there's this face in the background. I thought it was really cool, and so I was like, oh, that's my way of sort of paying homage without getting the like typical Prince symbol thing. Yeah. That would have been cool too, but I didn't want it to be so obvious. So I got her. So I was watching people. I'm walking anywhere, eyes in the back of my head. So then I have a family one. So my sister, my older sister, only has this one tattoo. Same with my mom. And my younger sister and I, it wasn't our only tattoo, but we all got the same thing. It's really cute. And then the 2 dots, to me, I mean, as I'm sure it's been revealed in this interview and in just my stream, like I'm very like, I'm very like, I'm either one thing or the other. Like, I feel like I'm very like, there's really no in between with me. I'm like, hype or like crying. In a good way, but and I like that, and I like sometimes I like to remind myself like there is a balance, and whatever.
And
that's
to be happy with both sides.
Exactly, right. Like accept it all, And then this one here is a date that it's really important to me to remember. Obviously, it's on my hand, so I see it every day. So
your birthday, just to remind you,
Yeah.
Yes, okay. I'm 22.
Yeah, I'm adding a tick every time I age.
No, I think that's really sweet. Okay, so totally non-serious now. Quick fire questions. All you have to say is one or the other. Night or day?
Night.
Walk or drive?
Walk.
Silence or noise?
Silence.
The beach or the city?
The beach.
The forest or the mountains?
Mountains.
Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
It's always the one that throws people. Dinner with friends or out to a party?
Dinner with friends.
Bath or shower?
Shower.
Outside of COVID, online shop or visit the store?
Online shop.
Yeah. Pen or pencil?
Pen.
Beer or wine?
Beer.
And when you're sleeping, is the window open or closed?
Open.
Okay, good. Let's talk a little bit about you outside of the stream.
Does that exist?
Yeah, it does. It does. What's your favorite place in the whole world?
Probably the beach.
Yeah. You close to the beach?
Relatively, yeah. I mean, but that's kind of the nice thing is like when I get in my car, go to the beach, it's like, it's a whole process, Yeah. It's nice.
Do you write music down at the beach?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes.
I think that's
Yeah.
in my fantasy world where I'm some incredible
I'm
music writer.
sitting
I'm sitting on the
sitting on
beach
a
writing
rock,
music. Yeah, it's well,
jamming with
the
the
beach is miles away, and what we call the beach in England is just. It's just shit, really. It's a pile of
oh,
rocks and some really cold water and some shitting seagulls. I mean, that's the
you
whole beach
it's
for the
well,
UK.
yeah.
So
That's some beaches.
we're really not getting the California experience here. Um,
You gotta come for TwitchCon hopefully if you
oh, that'd be
can. That'd be
amazing.
so cool.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, if it happens.
Yeah.
Um,
Knock on wood.
what's your biggest fear?
Um I think it's being alone.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, that's a very
which is
relevant
ironic
fear to a
because
lot
I
of
was like,
people.
I'll be fine on a desert island, but now I'm
Yeah, but
like
you took one person with you. You took your
but
boyfriend
see
with you.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
different.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Right.
What holds Anna Carmela back?
Anna Carmilla.
Yeah, but I mean, what holds you back?
I just myself everything in my life that I haven't, like the opportunities or whatever, like I think I just get in my head, I get anxious or sort of down on myself. And I'm definitely getting better about that now as I get older, as I, experience more of the world. But it's definitely me.
Yeah. You've shared a lot about sort of advocating for mental health and leaving an open space on your stream. Is that something that somebody opened a door to you for, or is that something that you've done a lot of self-discovery with, or is it
Oh,
just
it's
sort of...
totally self-discovery. Yeah. It,
That's
it was like
terrifying.
me realizing, yeah. I mean, it's a little scary. 'Cause I mean, honestly, those are the streams that when they end and we're talking about mental health and stuff, like
Mm,
sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like alone now.
mm,
I was talking with friends about it. I felt like understood and seen and heard, and I hope everyone else would too, but
yeah.
um yeah, but I just think it's so necessary because for years I felt like I was the only one when
Mhm.
that was the farthest thing from the truth.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's a really important thing to open up to people, but I think it's lovely how much of you share when you do that. Um,
yeah.
you're currently studying music. What does that involve? Are you just studying music as a whole? Are you studying music writing? What sort of thing are you studying?
Yeah, well, my specific degree is in commercial music, so
Hmm.
I'm learning like obviously like music theory is there's kind of like staple classes, music theory, piano, like basics and stuff. But now, like this semester, I'm kind of getting into the more commercial stuff. So there is a songwriting class that I've written a couple songs for that are cool, so I could release them. Um, so we're doing that. Like there's a music business class, just kind of learning from
Oh,
like a
that's
music
cool.
lawyer. Yeah,
Hmm.
so it's pretty well rounded, and then there's other like degree requirements. Like I mean, there's like history, music history,
Is it
that
directed
type
at
of stuff.
people who want to be artists then,
Yeah,
specifically?
I think this degree, I think so, yeah. Or like if you want to be like in the commercial music
Hmm.
field, whether you want to be hired as a guitarist or whatever.
Yeah,
Like there's a bunch of different types of musicians
that's
in the program.
fantastic. I don't think we have anything
Mhm.
like that locally to me, so
Yeah,
it's really cool that's available
it's
to you. Is that was
super
that
cool.
in the area you're in, or did you move to
Yeah.
do that degree?
No, it's luckily in California, it's like pretty. But if I didn't live here, I would have had to move for sure. It's a pretty rare degree program.
Yeah. Um,
So
it's fair to say you're a bit of an animal person. Um, should we talk about the dogs first? Should we talk about dogs?
we can talk about dogs.
Tell us
I'm
about
surprised
your
I
dog.
haven't walked through yet. We have two dogs at this house, Bear and Penny. They Bear frequents the stream because Bear sometimes will just get up on that couch and start, listening on the music. It's really cute. But we adopted both of them. They're both super quirky and like honestly, especially in the quarantine, like I don't know how anyone's surviving the quarantine without a pet.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a pet, like oh
We
my
got the
gosh, I'm
cats
so
to
sorry.
survive. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and
Breeds?
we love Bear.
What are
Yeah.
their breeds?
Good question. We actually did a DNA test for Penny. Yeah, because we're curious. My sister gave it to my mom for Christmas. Like that was
Oh,
something
right,
she wanted.
okay.
So we thought she was a beagle mix, but she's not. She's like everything but a beagle, but she looks like a beagle. So I
Well, I
think
mean,
Bear got into the test because it was like a what is he? A Papillon, which has like longer fur. Like she has the shortest fur. So honestly, I don't really know. Bear is we think a mix between a Cocker Spaniel and a Papillon. We thought Penny was a beagle mix. Still up
oh, she's
for
a beagle mix.
debate.
She's a beagle mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just say.
What do these DNO test people know?
Well, we got her
Um,
from like a beagle rescue site, so it was like someone got it wrong.
so,
Yeah.
speaking of animals, I've got to open up the stage to you. Where did the whale obsession begin? Why does it exist? And what is so good about whales?
That is honestly, I don't know. I think I was perusing. I mean, I've always just kind of liked like National Geographic, like Animal Planet, just like, watching those shows. And whenever I saw like the whales, like the dolphins, like underwater, like anything underwater, I was like, this is so cool, just because it's so mysterious. Like we don't fully understand the ocean, you know? It's so huge. And I mean, even as a kid, like I would write papers on like dolphins and sharks for fun and like grade them myself. Because that was the type of kid that I was. But like I don't know. I've always loved whales, and honestly, like the first time that I saw a whale in person, like that's when my like love developed. Because I was just like, this is so
You were just
cool.
wandering the ocean?
Yeah. Oh, I was on a whale watching tour,
Okay.
but I was only just expecting for it to be like, cool, it's gonna be fun. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, like they're unfathomably huge, and they're so smart. Like the more research I've done, like honestly, so after high school, I applied for colleges. One college I applied to, I applied for marine biology, and I got in, and I almost did that. So I've always kind of just loved the
I nearly
ocean.
lost you to the whales?
Yeah.
God,
well,
that'd
yeah.
been a tragedy.
I know. Well, I think I still would have done music, but I don't know. I don't know if I would have been as serious about it if I was a marine biologist. But no.
Well, you professional interviewer, you're segueing for me. What made you settle on music? Or was it a sort of, it just happened?
It's like music found me. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of true. Like I don't know. I always loved singing. I wasn't always great at it, but when I was younger, I picked up the guitar and I loved that. It's just kind of been like this thing that's gotten me through everything, and I just couldn't see my life being anything different. Like music is me. I am music, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Was
everything.
the guitar your first instrument?
Yeah, it was.
Is it your favorite instrument to play?
I think my favorite is bass, which came third or fourth. I don't know. Yeah.
So you're a multi-instrumentalist, Anna. When are we... you've mentioned the loop pedal. It's had a little bit of a debut, am I correct?
There's so much dust on it.
It's had its moments, right?
It has. The last time I played, if anyone was there, like I was like, it was so frustrating. I don't know how streamers do it. Like the ones that are amazing. I mean, I'm sure they just have practiced a lot, but it's kind of like it's here. I want to, get better at looping, but I don't think I'd ever be like a looping streamer, like that, because that's kind of its own like subgenre of music streamers. So
no, I mean, I think it's very much you get what you get with Anna. It's live, it's there, it's present, it's all being... I mean, I suppose loop artists build it in the moment. I don't want to put them down in that way, but with... it's quite raw with you. It's quite raw with you, and I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about the meaning behind Vital Infidelity?
It's Vital Fidelity.
Vital Fidelity,
no
sorry.
infidelity.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe there is. No, sorry, Vital Fidelity. And more specifically for me, because Commitment is a song that I sort of... the more I play it, the more I hear in the song.
I love that.
So, yeah, I mean, either about the album or about that particular song.
Yeah, that song mostly. Well, I mean, the reason I had to correct you is because it's like Vital Fidelity. What it means to me is like it's so important to be true to yourself and honest with yourself, because that's really ultimately like all you can do. Like if you're not listening to yourself, if you're not trusting that sort of inner voice, then you're only doing yourself a disservice. So that's kind of what it means. And the album really is like kind of my journey towards radical self-acceptance. Through a lot of different experiences, but like Commitment is about this, relationship I was in where I was just getting like aggressively cheated on, and just like it was like the worst situation. But it was kind of like the reason it's so repetitious is because like that's kind of when you end a relationship like that, where you're just so confused and you're so messed up because this person mistreated you so royally, you're kind of like you kind of have to ruminate on it a little bit. So that's kind of what that song's like deeper meaning is. And it's almost like should have done, could have done, would have done. It's like, well, you should have been better, but you weren't. So like, sucks for me,
That's amazed me, because that's not the meaning I had in my head at all.
Really?
No, I mean, I'll share that with you now, because I think it's interesting that it's such a different perspective. For me, it was you looking for commitment and shying away from it, and because this person or that person wasn't good enough, you should have done better, you should have done, so that's the side I had it at. I had you as the not committing because you weren't ready for it as a person, as a whole.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's completely blown my mind.
Wow.
And I now realise quite how direct and on the nose I was with tell me about that song. Right, okay. My bad.
But that's so cool. No, I mean, and that's the beauty of, if you hear a song and like that's how it touches you, like that's it. That is the meaning then and I think that's amazing.
That's I think for me, the whole album is full of interpretable lyrics.
Yes.
You don't say it as it is 100%. This is what it. I mean, obviously, there's a few lines that are fairly obvious. I mean, there's a song called "Don't Touch Me." That's pretty damn. That's on the nose.
Couldn't be more.
But most of it is quite not abstract, but it's interpretable. And I really enjoy that because it means that each person gets to take a meaning for themselves as well as the meaning you intended. And I suppose it also lets you talk about things that are more personal without being too open about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's kind of my struggle now is I want to be a little more specific in future songs and a little more direct, to sort of let people in a little bit more to like, what I'm really trying to say. But at the same time, like I agree with you. I think I love, like I said, I would take Nick Drake's Pink Moon with me. I couldn't tell you what Pink Moon is specifically about. I can tell you what I think when I listen to it. But, he's not spoon feeding a meaning. And I never want to do that as an artist.
I think as well, what you're writing is still evocative. It still involves the emotions, even if it's not specific. I don't think you have to say exactly what it is to still evoke the emotion. So on that note, what is your favorite lyric that you've written?
Being left all alone is such a bitter pill. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up there. I mean, I think it's memorable and it's true. Yeah. I think we all can relate. But I also think Sea of You has some, like the chorus specifically, I think I'm really happy with those lyrics. It's like, because again, like that was kind of the end of that journey. Like I was saying, to sort of being the person I've always been supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? So like frozen till I force myself to make a move. It's like it's all on me, and so those always feel good singing them now,
Yeah.
The chorus.
So whereas it used to be terrifying, it all being on you, now it's empowering.
Yeah, right.
I think that's wonderful.
Totally. Yeah.
Good story. I sort of, I'm lost in the lyrical side
me
of
too.
things.
Yeah.
Because I think for you, are the lyrics more important than the actual melody?
No, I don't think so. I mean, a lot of the times for me before, like now I'm kind of entering a new process where I'm working on the craft of songwriting, but naturally I just said what was like most of those songs on the album, like the first draft lyric is what it is. Like I didn't like go back and like change it. So it's kind of just like whatever poured out of me. It was the rhyme scheme. I wasn't thinking about that. Like I wasn't thinking about it being this perfect, like whatever. It was just kind of like, this is what's on my mind,
Yeah, I think that's incredibly good lyric writing in a lot of ways.
But a lot of the songs, yeah. I mean, a lot of them though start out with just me going, like "Feel Alright" was totally up. When I don't see you, like there were no words, but I had the melody, Right. So usually it's that way.
So you write the songs first, and then you put the lyrics to them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What is next for you? Tell us, when can we expect some new Anna Carmela music?
Well, I'm working on 3 different songs right now that are totally different genres, pretty much. And I don't know, so I'm trying to figure out a way to sort of glue them together in maybe the form of an EP, something like that. But definitely over the summer, I'm hoping to have at least a single out, a new song. So, yeah.
I mean, you've got a few songs that aren't released, is that correct? That are still very good? I mean, Feel Alright, for example.
That one's being worked on. So I'm hoping that one will be ready and good to go by the summer, because that's a fun song.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you who haven't had access to it, let me just link this in the chat. Anna's has some music on Spotify. Obviously, you can discover music everywhere else, but we feature your music from Spotify quite a lot on various streams. And it seems like it's a lot of music, and then you play it, and it's actually not that much in terms of runtime.
No, it's like 20
No.
minutes.
It's like, oh god, I'm sure we heard this song, but they go, oh, okay, because it's
We're back.
such. But the thing for me is the album is such a journey.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean, even the intro, the intermission, you know, it's part of the journey. You've got to go on the whole journey, and the journey feels like a lot more than the time it actually takes. So,
Well, that's cool.
but I'm
And
looking forward
I
to some more
noticed that.
tracks.
You see, yeah. But pressing the albums, it was like, what's your runtime? And that's when I realized, I was like, oh my god, they're like 10 minutes each side. Like, oh my gosh, it's very short.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
excited too.
it was your first album, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody's expecting 87 minutes of it. A little bit more casual. What really pisses you off? What just really bugs you?
I mean, the reason I hate driving is because of other people. So like, you know, aggressive drivers, people that like honk at you if you haven't like moved from a red light in like 2 seconds. It irks me. That's when my rage comes out. There's no other time that I'm any angrier than when I'm driving and someone pisses me off.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what never fails to make you smile?
Whales.
Yeah, that's good. That's perfect.
Yeah. That's the answer.
Yeah, no, rightly so. And lastly, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh man.
In an optimistic sense, you know, where would you like to see yourself in 10 years?
No, it's, you know, in 10 years, I mean that's a lot of life. I mean I'd still ideally be streaming, which is crazy to be thinking about, but
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I want to do. I mean, I but at that time I'd probably also be a music therapist, you know, if I'm not like touring, but playing my own music. I'm fine with either reality, truthfully. So that's kind of what I'm going towards with my degree. So we'll see. You know, maybe I have a sort of family starting. I don't know. Who's to say?
Yeah.
10 years is a long time.
Yeah, no, I think that's brilliant. It's lovely when I ask people that question and they almost say sort of where I am now, just 10 years older.
It's seriously, I've never been so like, I've never felt like I'm on my trajectory in my life other than this year being on Twitch, which is crazy to think about. Because my 1 year is coming up. Yeah, it's in a few weeks. I know.
What a journey.
Crazy. I know.
You're incredible, girl.
It's just wild. Yeah, I look at my first streams and I'm like, that was a full year ago. It feels like, yeah, my entire life changed. It's crazy.
Wonderful. That's what.
Crazy.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
This isn't a question, but I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking about why I like your stream. But just before then, you mentioned you've only been streaming for a year. I'd just like to let people know that Anna has, however, been releasing videos on YouTube for 11 years. And today I decided, just for the hell of it, to start with the first video, not the last. And it is 11 years old. It's wonderful. It's an incredibly insightful journey into a teenage Anna. And there are some fantastic videos on there. I mean, there's a Led Zeppelin video. I think you're doing Dazed and Confused in one of the best performance outfits I've ever seen. There's a schoolgirl shirt going on. There's white boots. There's a bass. There's you need it. So yeah, do go and have a look at the YouTube if you haven't already. It's at this moment I'm going to say, chat, if you have any questions, please pop them in the channel. I can't promise we'll ask everything, but if there is anything you'd like to ask, do be respectful, but pop it in. And while we wait for them to talk, I'm going to tell you why I like you, because, you know, I've chosen to interview for a reason. My journey with Anna hasn't been very long. I've been there for 2 or 3 months.
Which
so
is
just
crazy,
yeah.
by the way.
I arrived on a
I've known
raid.
you 1,000 years.
I arrived on a raid from Anel to discover you playing a penny whistle, wearing a onesie, and immediately then sang "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion, and I thought, I've arrived. I have arrived. This is the place. This is where I'm meant to be. There is a hugely open space within your stream. There's something for everyone. It's incredibly welcoming. You remember so many different people and so many little things about different people that really make it feel personal to everybody who comes. I've not seen anybody execute a hype train better than you. It starts at like here, and you think, you know, the stream's pretty hype, and then the hype train comes in, and it's like we're shoving marshmallows in our face, spinning roulette wheels, playing the penny whistle, singing "Feel Alright," you know, with a bass and a piano, and there's music going on, and the hair's everywhere, and it's like, and you're just laughing and smiling. And I think there is something to be said, and I'm definitely, as a streamer myself, I'm terrible at this. You're smiling all the time when you're performing, and it shows that you love what you're doing. The music's bloody brilliant. You have a fantastic voice. I mean, you have to... I had been watching you for a few streams before I realised quite how much voice there was. You know, because you sing a lot of songs that are sort of your typical requests, you know, and they tend to be quite... They're in this range, and they, you know, it's piano or it's basic guitar, and it's, you know, okay, great. I mean, I enjoy it, but it doesn't show off everything. And then somebody requested Dream On by Aerosmith, and there's this, you know, there's the high notes, there's the octave jump. And since then, we've had songs from Disney that really require some low notes and some, you know, I mean, musically, I think there's such a wide range of genre and ability that it's just wonderful to watch. But most of all, it's a place to come to feel safe and to smile. You know, it doesn't matter how shitty you're feeling on the day. I mean, I've got a friend and a mod, actually, who pops your stream on in the background when they're around a friend's house or, you know, when they've got a party going on or whatever. And there's that type of viewing. But there's also the I'm really alone and I'm feeling shite. And you put on Anna, and suddenly, you know, whether you like it or not, you're going to laugh, you're going to smile, and you're going to enjoy it. And I think that also is reflected in how much love you are shown from your community. I think there's a real joy seeing someone who is so passionate and so giving be rewarded for what they give. You know, there's a lot of generous people there. Some of them have decided to come and be generous here. Thank you very much. But it's definitely something wonderful to see when somebody's given in return. There's a reason why. I mean, you and I were talking the other day, and we were talking about being raided so much, and it's one of the reasons that you couldn't actually, you know, necessarily make the partner quite yet, because raiding inflates your numbers. But people stick around because when, you know, and people raid. So many people raid because it's such an exciting place to be. So that's why I love your stream. I think it's phenomenal.
This means so much to me. Thank you. Really.
Well, somebody's got to tell you. Because it's felt by hundreds of people. It's not felt by me.
But it's,
yeah.
You know, sometimes, I mean, again, you're a streamer, so you know. Sometimes you're kind of giving your all. And, I mean, honestly, my last stream, I had one of those feelings like, you know, I didn't feel like I did enough, which I don't know what that means, really. I just felt that way. And so it's like to hear that sort of validation is really, good. Really sweet. So thank you. I really appreciate that.
A couple of questions from chat. What is with the onesies and how many do you own? Says Dan Kipps.
You guys and your wording of your questions. What is with the yellow hair? No, I honestly, the first few onesies streams were my sister's onesies. I just thought onesies are fun. So, and I didn't have any. So I borrowed hers. And then Dawn Be Here and Assassina Succubus gifted me some. They sent 2 to my P.O. box. So the Pikachu one and the Orca one were from chat.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I only really own, technically, those 2.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know we could send onesies to your P.O. box. That's one of the most exciting things I've ever heard.
It's so sweet. Don also sent this to the P.O. box. You were talking about hype trains. Pretty cool. So, thanks, Don.
I don't think Can you do that again? Because that went way too fast, and I have absolutely no idea what just happened.
I can't do super zoom on Discord, but it's a train whistle!
Oh, it's just not coming through the microphone. That's what's happening.
Oh.
You need... There we go. There we go. Yeah, because I think it was slightly far back, and I was like, what's going on? She's just blowing at a piece of bread.
There's a piece of wood! Yeah. That's so funny.
Potatoes Make Chips says, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your favorite... Wait, what? What's your favorite color of the alphabet? I'll leave that to you.
Obviously yellow, duh. On a scale of 1 to 10, though, 10.
That's a really good question, actually. He then follows up, or she, sorry, follows up with, what do you do to vibe out a stream and improve when you feel you could have done better? So when you were sitting there being hard on yourself, saying, you know, don't feel like I did enough, what do you do to improve on that?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I mean, what I do, though, is sometimes I'll do some music. Like I'm not really like I'm not trying to ignore chat, but it's more like I'm like connecting to the music again because I feel like that's when I really connect back to myself. That's like the
Mhm.
best answer though. Other than that, like sometimes though that doesn't even work and it's just kind of like, all right, well I'm gonna end a little early. And it's fine, you know, it's not
Yeah.
like a huge
I've
thing,
noticed
but
also that
yeah.
you tend to fall back in moments of either large hype or in moments of sort of slight quietness or intimacy. You tend to fall back on the originals. You
Yeah,
go back to
yeah.
you music, So,
Yeah, right.
so yeah, it's grounding, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very important question. Heather asks, what size onesies are we sending to this PO box?
I think well, medium couldn't go wrong because it'll fit and it'll be like onesies should be a little bit bigger, but a small would work too. It's like small if it's like a small medium, it's
In
fine.
my head, you're like 4'5", like because you're always sitting down, right? So
Yeah.
I just assume you're really, really tiny.
I'm a little munchkin. No, I'm
Tonby
five
says his
five.
was a
So you're
medium.
close. Okay, then yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
5'5". I was a foot out, but we'll go with
Yeah.
it.
You're close.
um,
Close enough.
so I'll leave the space open if chat have any other questions. But I understand you're going to play us a song.
Yeah. I can play a song. She's small. No one five small?
No,
What?
that's not that small.
That's not small. Here, I'll set up
Here you
my
go, height reveal.
See, this is really high now. I changed it last stream. 4-5. Oh, got it. Okay. As long as it's when it's 4-5. It's like I think 5-5 is pretty
Yeah, 5'5's pretty
good.
normal.
Yeah. But I used to like whenever I did shows, I'd always wear like or like recording sessions and stuff, I'd always wear these like tall shoes. And a lot of my recording engineers thought I was like at least 5 inches taller than I actually am. Like they'd set up the mic really high and then like one day I'd come in like flat shoes.
I mean, I'm 6
They're
foot
like,
tall.
wait a
Oh,
minute.
sorry. Yeah, go on.
No, that's
Yeah.
funny.
As you move away from the mic, it sounds like you've stopped because I think it's very directional for you.
Yeah,
So, yeah, okay.
Especially on Discord, I think it compresses
Yeah.
a little bit.
So for me, I'm 6 foot tall, but I find the idea of heels and tall shoes really empowering. I wish I can't. I mean, I've tried, but I can't.
Yeah.
No, I look like a giant. It's quite terrifying.
Okay.
But yeah, I think they're
RuPaul
hugely
does
empowering.
it. RuPaul's so tall.
Yeah, we do
She
have
works.
to. We do have to do some RuPaul's Drag Race watch parties. That is.
I
the
still have
future.
to
That is the
finish
future of our
UK,
channels.
by the way.
My
Yeah,
husband's
yeah.
just finished season 2. And he's
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I don't know. I haven't seen
I'm
it.
literally going to watch it. Okay, well, tell him not to tell me. I'm gonna watch it after this. I'm not joking. Right
yeah,
after.
he's just finished watching it, so I think he was very into it. Right, let's have large screen Anna.
Alright. I'm
Anna,
gonna do Sea of You.
before you do, I think you need to turn your sensitivity down, or your microphone needs to go lower because the piano's cutting in and out.
Oh. On Discord?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't know, but maybe if you just tilt the microphone down slightly. Or no, the sound's not coming. I don't know where the sound's coming out of in the mic on the piano.
Oh. I'll turn it down. Got it.
No, the piano up or tilt the microphone down, just so that we can hear it.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Can you hear it?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Oh, Potato's got a great question after this. Alright, well interrupt me if the sound is...
Yeah, it's cutting in and out, in and out, in and out. I don't know why. So if you go to your Discord settings, the little cogwheel, and it says automatically determine input on voice and video. And there's like a little bar from left to right. Just drag that way down to the left.
Hello. Okay, is that better?
Yeah, that's beautiful. You're on permanently. Fantastic.
Yay! Oh. Oh wait. Am I still on Discord?
Yeah, you're
I
still
saw
on
the-
Discord. We still hear you.
I exited out on accident. Oh man. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm a streamer. Eyes that burn like silver chin when you stare at me. I forget where I've been. everything that you do. I'm not the same as you, don't you maybe we get lost in safety, but we don't know who we want to be. Frozen till I force myself to make a move, but till then I'm lying in a sea of you. Getting burned only hurts when you touch the skin. You never healed open. Maybe we get lost in safety, and we don't know who we want to be. I'm frozen till I force myself to make a move, but till then I'm lying in a sea of you. Maybe we got lost in safety, but we don't know who we want to be. I'm frozen till I force myself to make a move, but till then I'm lying in a sea of you. Till then I'm lying in a sea of you.
Just wow. I mean, this isn't the first time I've had somebody sing on an interview. Your
I
mic
don't hear you anymore.
You don't hear me, and your mic is permanently open. Do you hear me now?
Oh yeah, there you are.
Okay, there we
You're
go.
back.
Your mic is permanently open, so the piano is still playing, by the way. Well, we made it. We've left it on open. I've had somebody else perform on Discord for an interview before, and I don't know what was different, but there was a complete lack of any microphone filter. It was open. It was like being sat on the edge of your piano. And honestly, like, I totally lost all memory of the fact that this is a stream. It was like, that was such a intimate, incredible, like, raw performance. I mean, I know that, like, there's crisp and whatever. I'm sorry, am I really close to the camera as well? Because I was sat, like, staring at the screen, like, just in it. I was so in the moment. I'm blown away by that. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
If you want to just give up streaming and just come here and just stream on Discord, just
personal.
I'll support you all the way. So I just want to flick back to the question that Potatoes Make Chips asked beforehand and said, how do you fight the imposter syndrome that comes with being new to streaming?
I just saw that question and I was like, oh dear. Personal streamer, exactly, Ron. it's like anything. If you have to fight imposter syndrome no matter what you do, like I could cook a meal and be like, this meal sucks because I'm not a cook. It's like, who cares? Like, just do it. You know what I mean? Like, you're old. Like, that's kind of what I was saying earlier about like, I'm the one who holds me back. Like, the moment I let that voice back in and let it sort of run things, that's the moment. That's the beginning of the end. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you have to just fight it constantly. And if those feelings come up, I just, sometimes I just remind myself, like, no, like, you've done really cool things and you deserve this, like, don't trick yourself out of feeling worthy,
Mm.
And honestly, I have an app on my phone. It's called I Am, and I get affirmations every day. And ever since I downloaded it, it's helps. It
Oh,
reminds
lovely.
me
Sorry, what did
a
you
lot
say
of
it
the
was?
time.
I am.
I am, yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think that's
No, it's great.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's important, and I think it becomes really empowering when you can say it to yourself.
Yes,
It really
exactly. That's
does.
all
Yeah.
you need, because I mean, chat, like, the other stream when I was saying I was sort of feeling a little chat was so sweet. It has nothing to do with, no one came in and said something mean and left. Like, that does happen, but like,
Yeah.
that wasn't it, It was just like, I felt some type of way. And it was it's since been my job to pull myself out of it. And that's,
Mm.
you know,
It is so
it's,
much more nice when other people pull you out of it, though, isn't it?
it's,
And they go,
it's
"Oh, do you know
very
what? You're
helpful.
worthy. You're worth it." It's like,
Literally,
"Oh,
I mean,
I am."
listening to you speak about my stream, like, that's, I feel that, so
Oh,
like,
good.
it's definitely helpful. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, you have to just know that within yourself, like, so
Yeah.
viscerally, so when those feelings do come up, you're equipped to be like, no, not today. you know it's hard though. I'm
It
talking about it
is.
like it's easy. It's not.
Oh, it's incredibly tough.
Yeah.
Uh, Thank you for doing this. I mean, it was. I know it can
Thank
be
you.
a bit, a bit personal, a bit intense, but
No, I
I
love.
really, really enjoyed having you here.
Thank you
Um,
for having me. I love these. I mean, I've watched your other friend when he came on. Like,
yeah,
I'm forgetting his
Gutter
name.
nerds.
Gutter Nerds.
Yeah.
Well, it's such an amazing name. It's incredible. You are so lovely. I Again, it's shocking. I've only known you for a few months. Like, it's wild. I
Mm,
feel like I've known you forever. You're such
yeah.
an amazing human, and I really hope we get to meet sometime. But
I
until
know
then,
it's so
I'm
far away, but
yeah.
we'll get there. We'll get there. But thank you
Yes.
so much. Um,
Thank you.
if you don't already, I don't know why anybody in their right mind isn't already following Anna, but if you don't already, every single link you could possibly need is there. Please go follow, go find, go discover.
Yeah.
She's absolutely incredible. I'm gonna finish up with a couple of notifications and things, but to Anna, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Um,
you,
and we
my
will
love.
speak to you soon. When are we next streaming? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, Wednesday. I'm so excited. I
Be
will
there
see you
or
then.
don't live.
Or right. What you doing? No. Oh yeah, I'll see you then. Thank you so much again.
Thank you,
And
and we'll speak to you
chat.
soon.
Love y'all too.
Ciao.
Bye.